Aloha, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap, Let Light Unite. And today is April 25th, 24. Today I wanted to do some energy work for children. And I am changing my Facebook page real quick. Done. Oh, wow. Okay. That's not cooperating. We'll have to change it later. Well, I don't know how you have noticed, but our children really need help. They become very feral and uneducated. They become mob like. They stand up for, they're going for protests, especially the college students. They're standing up for terrorism. And most of them have no idea why they're protesting. They're just there. They speak the words. It's a crowd mentality, and they need help. All our kids need help. So let's do some energy work. Get your crystals out. Crystals will amplify what we do. We're going to create a bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put the energy work, and you can send energy into it. And at the same time, in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine this actually happening. So underneath the bubble, we're going to put this huge Earth Keeper crystal to amplify our work even more. So let's start. So for those who are going to participate, sit down, sit straight up, put your hands in your lap with your crystal. And I want you to take a couple of deep breaths. I want you to breathe in light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. And imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. So as you're doing that, I surround each and every one of you in a bubble of golden flame. I add to that the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation, the green flame of healing. And I seal everyone in the pink flame of love. We're going to call to your teachers, guides, masters, all the divine beings that work with you. Invite them in to make this energy work even more profound. So imagine we're all in this huge circle with your teachers, guides, masters. We're holding hands. We're going to send love and light to the right. And as the energy flows to the right, we are all connected through our heart chakras and our love aspect in us. And now we're going to send love to the left. And as the energy flows to the left, the circle is closed. So only only light may enter. So we're going to call to the trees, invite the trees to come in and take our energy, send it in the earth so the earth remains stable and out through the branches so all life forms can feel this. We're going to call to all the rock, stones, crystals, minerals, the earth keeper crystals to join and amplify our big crystal in the center and amplify our work over 100,000 fold. We call to all the grids, ley lines, meridians, domes, obelisks, pyramids, all the sacred and holy spots on the planet to lock in to our divine energy work and amplify our work now. So take a deep breath, feel yourself connected with the Creator, feel all that high energy come pouring into your body, coming out your hands, directed toward the center, toward the bubble of light, which we're going to put all the children in it and all life forms. So let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me. And if it is your will, Creator, I command. We call the higher selves of all children worldwide and ask for permission to do this work for them. We call to the higher selves of all doctors, nurses, and all those who help with the birthing of babies. And I command you allow more love to come in at the time of birth. I ask the doctors allow the baby and the mother time to bond in a positive way. I call the higher selves of everyone who was born in a hospital or any unloving environment and command that as we speak, a bond of divine love flow between you and your birth mother and father. Let this flow of love spend special healing, bringing your family and all families on earth closer. See divine love flowing with all past, present, and future birthings. That C-sections be avoided whenever possible, preferring women to have gentle, loving, sacred, and natural births. Let doctors become more conscious when cutting the umbilical cord, waiting until it stops pulsing again, letting the baby and mother have bonding time. We see love flowing from the father's heart, from the baby to the mother, creating a beautiful, functional family bond. If the baby is adopted, let love bonding be done with the adopted parents. We ask the Creator that all children be put under protective light to prevent abuse, neglect, and innocent harm, including war, alien abduction, terrorism, pornography, prostitution, Satanism, hatred and slavery, and mob mentality. I now call on the higher selves of everyone who's thinking of acting or harming a child, and I command that your higher selves take you into the light. And if you choose not to, which is your free will, then you be placed in a position of harmlessness before you can fulfill your deeds. I ask men of the healing ray to minister to these misguided light beings and their victims. I call the goddess of truth to expose all pedophile satanic knowledge to the surface. As these children are set free, see them being given all the love, mental, emotional, healing support that they need as they are integrated back into society. See villages and good, loving homes open their hearts and homes to these children. I command that the adoption process be sped up so parents of light, good, caring people can adopt quickly. We ask the divine to clear all dark blocks and veils placed over these children, especially those students that are college students that are creating this mob mentality, wanting them, encouraging them to stand up for terrorism and things they really do not understand. They are being used. And see all those dark overlays being removed over all the college students that are creating this mob mentality. And that also creates an anti-Semitism in them. Now replace that energy with joy and self-worth as they awaken to their divine mission and purposes. Let those around them see their gifts of music, art, song, and be able to guide them down that path. We call the higher selves of all children and ask that they be filled with lots of creativity and imagination, as well as many joyful ways to express those gifts and talents. See all children hugging and being kind to each other. Call the higher selves of all teenagers and ask Michael the Archangel to come and cut all ties to all military satanic video games. We ask that the teens are reconnected to the Creator, becoming awakened spiritual beings, and stop playing the games of war. Let this be replaced with sports, music, arts, reading, etc. We call the higher selves of all parents to also awaken and reconnect to the Creator with a greater understanding of how important it is to give their children quality family time and see functional families forming. We call the higher selves of all military recruiters to leave our children alone and not be able to lie to them about military life. See all these recruiters in their works places along with all recruitment. Written propaganda material become invisible to the children, so they're no longer seen by minors. See all military recruitment offices empty and no longer allowed on any middle or high school campuses. Let these teens be inspired on other paths other than military. We ask that teachers and educational systems focus on the development of character traits, which are needed to bring in the golden age, and that these traits are taught by way of example and practice. Imagine schools being used to promote and nurture all children's self-esteem and creative expression, and that all children realize that happiness and joy are their birthright. I ask that all students are encouraged in their studies of all subjects, regardless of their gender, race, learning, and physical disabilities. I command that all teachers who challenge or destroy a child's belief in self be immediately shown the error of their ways, and that their higher selves bring them forward in the light. And this includes all those teachers pushing forth trans agendas. And if those teachers choose not to step forward, let them be put in positions of harmlessness. We call for a change in the makeup of all faculty and staff of all schools, that all persons employed are light workers. I call for a change in the curriculum of schools to include the development of each child's natural abilities as a primary, and that right brain intuitive abilities and skills be given equal coverage. I call for the activation of the law of divine abundance, provide all schools with enough funds to hire and maintain the most qualified and compassionate teachers, nurses, psychologists, social workers, and guidance counselors, as well as enough money for classes in art, music, theater, poetry, extracurricular activities, and sports. I command that the most current textbooks and other learning materials be provided to all students, and that a college education is provided for those who desire a higher education, that all children be provided a nutritious, balanced breakfast and lunch at no charge to the student or family, that what is for the highest good, that all children who are homeless or runaways without shelter be provided with a safe and clean one now. I call the higher selves of all these homeless children, and I ask that their higher selves gently open and balance all their chakras, leaving them open to the abundance and generosity that is inherent in the universe, then still in them the desire to stand up, be productive, and find their path. For the immediate emancipation of all children that are in prison or not being held for societies or their own highest good, including anyone who has been imprisoned for speaking or living the truth or trying to awaken humankind to injustices, those imprisoned to fulfill the self-serving plans of others, those whose sentences far outweigh the magnitude of their crime, and those falsely imprisoned or convicted for crimes they did not commit, and all victimless marijuana crimes. We ask that all prison officials, guards, wardens, police, probation officers, juvenile authorities, judges, lawyers, prison for profit corporations now step forward in the light, allowing compassion, kindness, divine service to come to the surface. If not, I command their higher selves and the angels put them in a position of harmlessness, letting a light worker come forward and take control. I ask that everyone be divinely inspired to alternate positive methods on how to help children in prison become productive society members before and after they are released. I call the goddess of truth to step forward into all students in the colleges that are standing up for terrorism and that have become anti-Semitic. We want to cut the ties to whoever is propelling them and encouraging them to do these horrible acts, to be unconscious, and to remove the overlays of mob mentality from them, allowing them to reconnect to the Creator and become awakened, conscious spiritual beings who know better now to hurt or harm and to see what they are doing and supporting terrorism, and to break free from that energy and to support light, to stop their anti-Semitic mob mentalities, and again, replacing it with light and kindness and joy. Remove all dark overlays that are manipulating them. And again, as those overlays are removed, see them reconnecting to the Creator to become an awakened spiritual being that knows better to hurt or harm, that stops this mob mentality. And we're going to ask Spirit to send them whatever DNA they are missing to help them reconnect to the Creator again and to become an awakened spiritual being filled with joy and love and kindness. Let's fill our children's hearts with divine inspiration, wisdom, hope, creativity, and the strength to go forward in positive, enlightened quantum leaps. So be it. Let's fill our children's hearts with divine inspiration, wisdom, hope, creativity, and the strength to go forward in positive, enlightened quantum leaps. So be it. And as always, nevertheless, not our will, but thy will be done. So we're going to fill this energy up with a lot of light and take a deep breath and release it. We give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So I'm going to ask that anybody that watches this energy work later or listens to the video, it's amplified over 100,000 fold. So thank you for tuning in and listening it and giving energy. So you got to ground. So grab the stone hematite and hold it till you are not lightheaded. Okay, and if you don't have that stone, really I recommend you getting it, please. It's very cheap. Okay, so I want you to stand up and I want you to feel the earth energy come up your feet. Feel yourself becoming heavier. Lightheadedness is going away. You're becoming very clear headed, very back in body. Feel yourself becoming very, very centered and filled with these new possibilities. Feel that earth energy come up higher. And as it comes higher, you get a little bit heavier. You become more conscious. You're becoming very centered, very clear headed, filled with all these new possibilities. Feel that energy come up even higher. Feel yourself becoming heavier as your energies pull back in body. The lightheadedness is going away, and you're filled with all these new possibilities as you become very, very centered. All right, guys. So if you're still lightheaded after that, go find your favorite tree, put your hands on the tree for 30 seconds. You can do it more. Send all your excess energy into the tree. And when you're done, ask the tree to send you energy back and you'll ground. Don't want to do that? Go eat something. That'll help you ground. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a lovely, incredible day. And we will see you again. Aloha.